For the third time this season, Cox Communications Channel 38 makes a stop in Eldridge, Iowa. The North Scott Lancers on their homecoming hosting the Bettendorf Bulldogs, and a great ball game. Both clubs 4-2, and both clubs hoping to make the playoffs. Cy Robinson along with Dan Birch will be giving you the game. And Cy, what's the early scouting report?
Dan, we got several reasons why this should be a good game tonight. We got third and fourth defenses in the league playing each other. We got the top leading rusher in the league in Bettendorf. We got two of the other leading rushers in the league in Straley and Uloa. Yeah, and all of those kids are in the top 7 ball carriers in the league, and we got 2 good option quarterbacks. Right. The only thing I think Bettendorf has the angle on tonight, and that might be taken away because we got a brisk wind coming through here, as you can tell.
As you can tell with our jackets.
Smith is a good thrower, so I think we got some factors that make this a good game tonight.
I was going to bring up the last time we saw Bettendorf on Cox Communications 38, they were putting a thumping on Assumption, and Smith, one of the reasons, a great game plan. Right. He passed, he ran, but tonight, kind of the equalizer, you're going to see Green and Smith both probably keep it on the ground.
I think so too. I think the running games are going to be important tonight, and that gives, I think, with the diversity North Scott has and the 2 running backs, the junior kids, I think that gives them maybe just a slight edge there.
We'll see. North Scott, the Lancers 4-2, the Bulldogs of Bettendorf 4-2 as well. They're going to have the kickoff, and we'll be back with it on Cox Communications Channel 38.
Calling all kids, Nickelodeon's Mega Messamania live tour presented by Fruit Roll-Ups is coming to your town. It's a whole new slime game.
We're choosing teams, and everyone gets to play.
Help me control the slime.
It's Nickelodeon's biggest tour ever.
$3 off with 2 proofs of purchase from Fruit Roll-Ups.
One show Friday, October 27th at 7:30 at the Mark of the Quad Cities in Moline. Tickets at the box office, Ticketmaster, or charge at 319-326-1111.
Come out and play!
Calling all kids, Nickelodeon's Mega Messamania live tour presented by Fruit Roll-Ups is coming to your town. It's a whole new slime game. Win a private behind-the-scenes tour and meet your favorite Mega Messamaniac.
Register to win at any Quad Cities Wendy's locations.
One show Friday, October 27th at 7:30 at the Mark of the Quad Cities in Moline. Tickets at the box office, Ticketmaster, or charge at 319-326-1111.
$3 off with 2 proofs of purchase from Fruit Roll-Ups.
Come out and play!
At Lancer Field in Eldridge, Iowa, Cox Communications Channel 38 bringing you the North Scott Lancers at 4-2 in their homecoming, hosting the Bettendorf Bulldogs at 4-2 as well. As you see in your screen, Bettendorf has won the toss. They will receive, and North Scott will defend, obviously, the right goal you're going to pick with the win tonight.
Yeah.
And they will defend on the right side of your screen. Dan Birch along with Cy Robinson bringing you the game. Jess, as always, on camera getting it done. An interesting game. Both clubs 4-2, tied with Burlington for second place in the MAC. A 3-way tie, padded up behind Assumption. Bettendorf started off slow, lost to Pleasant Valley, lost to West, but coming on with a real big win last Sunday against Assumption. North Scott, on the other side, started out like gangbusters with some huge wins early, and then suffered 2 out of their last 3 games have been a loss. In fact, they've almost lost 3 in a row.
Dan, they had to come from behind last week versus Muscatine and wound up pulling that game out 13-12, and so that should fire them up a little bit, I think, to get themselves ready for this game.
North Scott will kick off. It was Osterberg early in the year did the kicking, but it looks like they're going to line it up with Damian Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy.
And that'll be your kicker. Back deep, McFedries. By himself. He has 10 touchdowns on the season, one of the top running backs in the conference. We kick it off. Deep but a little, high but a little short, I should say. Taken by the up back. That is Numkina, the fullback. He gets out around the 35, and they'll take over 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Pretty fair field position there. It's outside the 35. You'd like to get that every time if you can.
Jason Smith is the quarterback for the Bulldogs. We talked about him in the pregame. He can get it done, but the wind a factor in this ball game. We'll have to watch it. McFedries and Numkina, a very explosive backfield, as are the 2 men from North Scott, and we'll talk about them later. We go twins right, 1 receiver left, out of an I. Smith will turn, give to Numkina. He works that right side, drags a couple of people. He was met after about a yard in, but dragged a couple of people for a 6-yard pickup.
Off tackle running, he runs tough as usual. We've seen it all year long from the young man.
We talked about him last week. He was a junior and already a captain, so that's very, very impressive up at Bettendorf.
Shows a lot of respect from his teammates, electing him captain, I'm sure. And
will come twins right, the same set. Ball mirror to right hash, 2nd and about 4. Smith under center. Take the snap. This time he gives to McFedries, working the same side. Huge hole, gets a nice block down the sidelines, ran out of bounds, but not after a near 20-yard pickup.
Big hole there, Dan, off tackle. Just a kind of a get-at-it play, and they did the job.
I'll talk about a team peaking at the right time. That's what it seems like the Bettendorf Bulldogs are doing. The big offensive line starting to gel, open up some holes, and Numkina and McFedries, as we said, make a pretty awesome pair. Twins receivers to the left side now from the right hash. Smith under center. He'll spin, give it right to Numkina. He'll go back up the middle. The big nose guard takes him on.
Right, that was a trap play by Bettendorf. I think number 54 came across.
John Connor, the big kid, it's hard to move him on a trap.
It is.
6'6", about 320.
They didn't get a very good trap out of it, but they wound up getting about 4 yards out of the play. So
2nd and 6. They're across the midfield. In fact, they're on the 30. Twins receivers left. This bobble snap. Smith finally gets it, gives it to McFedries. He's got another block downfield, pointing towards the end zone, knocked out of bounds inside the 5. They're going to spot it about the 2-yard line. We're looking at 1st and goal, and on a matter of 4 plays, they're already smelling the end zone.
Same play we saw 2 plays ago, Dan. It's just off tackle, and McFedries goes. Great blocking on the outs on this side over here by number 54, Alex Shorg, and the right tackle, I think that's Kanatovich,
the big kid. We talked about him the last time we saw him. So with just about 2 minutes gone by in the ball game, Bettendorf looking for the first score, see if they can strike early. Still out of the eye. They'll turn, give the McFedries again. He's going to blast it in there. 6-0 Bettendorf.
Just an isolation play for 6. They're not going to be denied going on that drive. They were just
very impressive drive.
Kicked it and got there.
Basically, Numkina McFedries, 1-2 punch.
Very impressive by the offensive line there from Bettendorf, moving that ball down the field.
Lining up, toning up for Bettendorf with the 6-zip lead. Not even 2 minutes gone by. A high snap, nice catch and hold. And the kick is good. 7-0. Bettendorf takes the lead here on Cox Communications Channel 38. We'll be back with the next kickoff. Well, the North Scott Lancers trailing the Bettendorf Bulldogs 7-0. A 5-play drive, very impressive by the Bettendorf Bulldogs. Shara made the PAT. He will kick off. Deep, Uloa and Dean are back deep. It's a high kick. Uloa goes back for it. He fields it right in front of the goal line. He'll bring it out at the 10. Some heat coming. Breaks through the first wave, but the second wave nails him good. Uloa, one of the explosive men in the North Scott backfield. Tim Green, a good running quarterback as well. And Ben Straley, the workhorse, leading the MAC conference in rushes. Not in rushing, but right there.
Excuse me, Dan, I just want to make note there. Jason Sage come down from Bettendorf and put a real hit on Uloa. Uloa got up slow there, but he's up and at him, and that was a great hit.
Uloa is 36, 1st and 10. Ball on the 16, deep in their own territory. There's Green, he'll spin, give it to Straley, working on, Uloa, the first back through.
Just to loosen them up play for the offense.
Straley will easily work the off tackle. Uloa is more the quick dive back. They work that little trap play. They give him a no gain on that one, so 2nd and 10. Green is the quarterback. We saw him have a pretty decent first half against Assumption a few weeks back, and then the wheels fell off the cart, so to speak, in the third quarter there. Green comes under center to split backs, Uloa and Straley. That time they give the Straley off tackle. He's going to barrel through for about 3.
Number 47, Ben Straley tries the right side. Set by number 35, Dan Smith.
Call it 3rd and about 7.
A gain of 2 on the
Near the 20-yard line.
That'll bring up 3rd down.
Spotted on the far hash. North Scott's first series.
He's trying to set the defensive line, Dan. They got number 76, Adam Fay, a 260-pound junior nose guard is Todd Zambrano. They got big in those two positions.
Green, a straight drop out in the right flat. He overthrows Straley. Kind of off the top of his hands, catchable, that was Eitenbrock. Eitenbrock, the intended receiver, 37, not 47. But nonetheless, it was incomplete and brings up a punting situation.
3 and out.
You can tell we're on the Bettendorf side. We're on the opposition sidelines, and they are hooting and hollering, much like when we were at the Assumption game. It got vocal up here. Punting near his own zone, inside his own 10, getting it off is Welter, I believe. Fielded short by Numkina, but great field position right around the 40. Todd Hammond was the punter for North Scott that got it off. Numkina with the fair catch. They are at the 41, so great field position once again for the Bulldogs. Already leading 7-0 here. 8:26 to go in the first quarter on Cox Communications, Channel 38. Coming up to the line, Jason Smith. We've yet to see him throw. They haven't had to. It's been Numkina and McFedries, 1-2, right off that right side. They're like, we're going to go back to the left now. McFedries with a decent game, breaks the initial hit, still on his feet and wrestled down after about a 15-yard pickup.
Just a lead post down on a tackle from the tackle spot over there, and the fullback kicks out the end, and away they go. Good gainer.
Well, showing they can work both the right and left side. The last drive, they worked the right side. Now they're going the other way.
From the Lancer 30.
Ball now on the 30, 1st and 10. Nice pickup. Calling an 11-yard gain. Working the far side in front of the Lancers bench. Once again, North Scott's homecoming. Smith looks wide right. He's got a wide receiver out there. It's Chesney. He's going to turn around and give to Numkina, but there's a flag.
Looks like we're going to have a motion penalty here, I think, from where that flag was thrown.
Yes, it is.
Can't be a hold. There's no red shirts back there.
Little movement. So they'll mark it back, bring up 1st and 15. Solo break for North Scott. Was happy to see that, much like the Assumption game, the North Scott concession stand was doing the butterfly pork chop sandwiches, so to speak.
Oh, they're good, aren't they? I just smell them. I don't eat them, you know.
I had a couple. 1st and 15. 7-0. Bettendorf with the lead and the ball. 7:40 to go in the first quarter. Smith under center, takes a drop, gives it right to McFredries, right up the middle. The only person he ran into was Numkina, or excuse me, check that, one of his linemen.
It's like he ran into his
55.
55 was McCarthy.
Yep, Tim McCarthy is center.
Yeah.
Ran into him and slowed him down for a bit, but not after he picked up a couple.
That was about 3 yards downfield, so McCarthy's doing his job. Yeah, Coach Obenick staying in that wide twins to one side, and they got to split into the other side. So they're trying to spread the defensive backs out a little bit of North Scott.
And that's what they're doing. 2 receivers come right side, 1 left. Just going tackle on tackle, no tight ends. They'll option the left side. Smith will turn it up. He's got a hole right through the tackle by the end, and he's brought down after a first down. Great read by Smith.
Very nicely done by that young man. He's tough.
Smith on the keeper.
Jess, our cameraman, warns us it's raining.
Down to the 17.
As he's getting hit, he's closer to the field. And of course, I'm seated comfortably, much like on Wild Kingdom. While Jim, my cameraman, is getting rained on, and Marlon Perkins, I am comfortably. Smith on the 1st and 10. Great read. Defensive end steps out, turn it up. He did. Gives to Numkina. He's going to work that side for about 3 or 4. Not a bad dive.
Yeah, Bettendorf just playing what they're famous for, and that's pound you football, and that's what they're doing. They're pounding right down there.
Number 27, Eric.
And I'll tell you what, McFedries and Numkina are tough, but you can't pound without those big guys.
That's right. They're doing a number up front.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Smith, 2nd and 5, the 5-yard gain for Numkina. He'll take the snap, serve it to Numkina, another flag. Numkina's wrestled down by Goodwin and Varsho. They're a decent set of linebackers for North Scott.
Yes, they are. 2 good ones. Yeah, we got a procedure again.
Fans already heading for the exits.
Heading for the umbrella.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. So it is raining at Eldridge, and raining on a heck of an angle because the wind's blowing it off the field. Another penalty on Bettendorf, that'll hurt them. Bring up 2nd and 10. Instead of looking at a near first down, they've got a 2nd and 10.
From the Lancers 17.
The play being run in from the sidelines by Bettendorf. They lead once again 7-0.
Sam DeTrent coming in. He's switching probably in and out at the
wide out position.
Wide position.
He goes wide left in the Twins. McFedries the tailback. Numkina, they're going to option the right side. This time the end comes. He pitches. McFedries with a lane out there. A couple of good blocks. He's in the end zone.
Yep.
Jason Smith, 2 great reads. The first one, the end wide, and he turned it up and got about 15 that time. Heat came out immediately, pitched it out to McFedries, and McFedries had Numkina walling the linebacker and a good block by the wide out, which was 22. That's Austin Chesney.
Yeah, Chesney. Yeah, that was the lead option, and Numkina was, for a while, couldn't find anybody to block out there. That's how far out in front he was, and beautifully set up, beautifully done.
A nice hold again, and that kick is good. 14-0, Bettendorf leads. We'll keep it here, and we'll give credit to Sam DeTrent. You mentioned running into place. He's also the holder, and he's made 2 nice grabs and put downs.
Everything's going right for the Bulldogs right now. They're just blowing them out of there and moving them right down the field.
This is unbelievable. I've seen colleges where the male cheerleaders do push-ups.
Mm-hmm.
The girl cheerleaders of Bettendorf just did 14 push-ups for the points, and they didn't do the girl ones in gym class with the knees either. They did straight push-ups.
And send those phone calls. Send those phone calls to the Wild Man.
14-0. Bettendorf already out in front, and we're only looking at about 6 minutes gone by in the first quarter. 5:47 to go. Shara will kick off again. At the 35. Deep will be Uloa and company. Uloa got whacked, as Cy pointed out on the last one. The kick by Shara, the approach deep once again. Going to the right sideline, fielding, and here come the Lancers. Nice wall up the middle. He's got an opening, but it was closed.
Yeah, it was.
Quickly.
Looked like it was right there, and all of a sudden there was a white shirt in front of it. That was number 6 again. That's Sage, and he's a terror on his kickoff.
Well, there's always, no matter what the level, there's always one guy who could be Maurice Douglas for the Bears, or could be a little kid on the Rising Knights. You never, but there's always one headhunter killer who makes the tackle every time.
And that's his favorite position probably on this football team. Even though I think he starts a defensive end for him.
But a lot of times it's a guy, you're right, who's like a backup linebacker or something. He's just a bear. 1st and 10. North Scott trying to get in. A Green under center. Gives it to Straley, they're going to work the left side this time. He gets around and still on his feet. He's blasted big time.
Number 79, Dan.
You're going to have to flip to the back of your program.
I got it.
Zambrano.
Yep. 250-pound junior, and he put a lick on Uloa there.
It was Straley on the camera.
All right, it was Straley. Sorry about that.
But he picks up, that's their best gain so far, picks up 4 seconds.
Good hole off tackle there.
Turned it around. We've seen North Scott a couple times. This is our third setting. We saw him in a big win over North. We saw him lose to Assumption. The bread and butter of their system is off tackle, not really outside, but just off that tackle slot. That one with Straley. Uloa will work more of the guard tackle seam. They come back the other way on a counter. It's Uloa. As we say, Uloa on the first handoff.
Yeah, cross buck. Look like Creole cross buck and give to the first man through.
He may have got a yard or two. Brings up 3rd and 3. Timmy Green can run as well. You got to keep an eye on him.
He can. We haven't seen the option tonight from North Scott, and we're going to see it because he's a good option quarterback.
About 6'3", 150. Skinny kid, but he made some nice runs.
Got some swivel hips, though. Crucial down here, 3rd and 2. They need to pick this up to get a little something going, I think.
Wide receiver, White. Here they come. They give this Straley. They're going to work the right side where they had success. And blast it again, and that's the senior captain linebacker, Chris Wenzel. He's a big one.
Right, and the other linebacker was there too. Rob Colvin was right behind him, so they had both LBs right over there. Boy, it looked like it was there early, and they were just, all of a sudden they were there.
Actually, the lead block, we've seen him kick out the end. He's kind of hooking the end, but what that's doing is just taking that extra second or two and getting the linebackers there.
Just to force them another step wider.
Hammond will punt for North Scott. Low snap, he fields it nicely, gets it up. Nice kick deep to McFedries. He's going to field it. No, he's not. He'll hop out. I thought he was going to make a running grab.
Yeah, went off his kneecap out of bounds, I think.
And it crosses midfield, so a little bit better field position for North Scott. 3:36 to go in the first quarter. Bettendorf already up 14-0. Don Doxey's kid in the background explaining the rules. Just kidding, don't worry, Doc. Ryan Doxey explaining the rules to his father, who writes for the Quad City Times. Don apparently baffled by the fair catch rule. And his son explained it to him. Bettendorf comes up, 1st and 10. Ball on the 43, their own 43. They give the McFedries left side, huge hole.
Beautiful.
Blocker downfield, he could be down the sidelines. Ooh, that was a tough one. I'll tell you what, 22 Chesney, he didn't know where he was going to go with it.
Right, you were just
McFedries, it was one cut one way, go the other way. They were just, I'll tell you what, they're just a foot or two away from breaking another one.
Yeah, the left tackle for Bettendorf, just crew call for the defensive end for North Scott is a good defensive end, and Gnatovic just handled him there.
Hammond with a nice open field tackle. He's quite a player for North Scott to keep them out of the end zone. 14-yard gain, 1st and 10. It's Smith dropping back the pass, rifles it over the middle.
Good pressure by the redshirt defense there. Number 27 came in. And I'll have to look around for his number.
Varcho. Yep. DeTrent was the intended receiver. As we said, Goodwin and Varsho are a couple of good LBs.
Right.
North Scott. So 2nd and 10. It says 1st and, oh, I'm sorry, there was a penalty. I was sleeping on you.
So was I.
10-yard.
Got to be a holding.
1st and 20 then. Oh, it's only 5 yards.
I didn't see the penalty. What did they call there? They call holding? Yeah, holding from the spot of the infraction.
17 they're calling. I knew it wasn't 20.
Yeah.
1st and 17. Smith, we'll see if he passes again. He's going to option this right side. McFedries with another block by Numkina, setting it up nicely. Chesney's downfield couldn't hang on to it, but not after another near 1st down.
Dan, they've got to get more support up because Numkina, they've got the quarterback covered by the defensive end, and the corner's coming up, and Nukima's blocking him, and that leaves no tackler
what
for
this side too,
McFedries.
we'll explain here is it's a lead option. It's not the traditional dive the fullback then option in. They're taking the fullback Numkina. He's leading, and they're just making it a one option.
Correct.
Quarterback or tailback. So Numkina's actually like a pulling guard on it.
Right.
We may see it again to the left. Smith under center. Ooh, a couple people jumped. No flags, though. Numkina, there's the flag. Numkina after a couple. I thought they jumped anyway.
Yeah,
We'll
I think we're going to get the motion call or a procedure call here.
Preliminary indication, illegal procedure against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you saw a couple people. In fact, one of the running backs even jumped a little bit.
Well, Bettendorf hasn't been exactly penalty-free tonight, but they're overcoming it.
Yeah, but when you're getting 14 a crack, it's not so bad.
15 for Bettendorf.
And Coach Lavelle is a little, or Coach Freeman, I guess it is, down there, is a little bit growly at the white shirts right here.
1st and 15. Ball on the 35-yard line of North Scott. Nearing 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, and it's 14-0 Bettendorf. The Bulldogs have been running over the Lancers. From the right hash, Smith will spin, give to Numkina. He's got a little bit of a hold. Nice spin. Tried to keep his feet.
First time we've seen the pro set there from Bettendorf time, and they ran a trap off of it, and it was very well done.
So going back to the tight end set, coming in for Bettendorf, Andrew McFredries. He was out that play. Marshall Frazier will take over. We've seen that before this year. He plays kind of the split end wide out position, but when they take McFredries out, it'll go to the tailback.
Right. Alex Short, number 54, has put on a good trap block there.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 30. Minute and a half to go in the first quarter on Cox Communications. Smith dropping back, gives it to McFredries, another nice hole. And he gets up around about probably 6 more.
Another good kick out block by Numkina. We talk about this all the time, Dan, and it's true up to this point tonight, where one back doesn't, if he's not carrying the football, he's throwing a block for his partner carrying the ball. So
we've seen Uloa do it for Straley, the big 200-yard game. And
these two teams, their backs complement each other very well in that regard.
3rd and 4. 6-yard game for Numkina. They'll spin, give to McFedries right behind him. He's got the first down.
There again is another, they had about a 1st and 15, picked up the first down, and that's an isolation play off the left side of the center. The fullback just led it through and pick up 5 yards, first down.
So as you said, move the chains, another first down. The ball now on the 17. They're inside the red zone, inside the 20. Bettendorf with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter, leading 14-0. Jason Smith, your quarterback. They're back to the Twins left, 2 receiver side left. Smith will option at right side, and McFedries in kind of weird pitch relationship.
It looked like Smith didn't quite have the handle on the ball there, but he did get the ball off. All right.
That was one of the most direct outward pitches we've seen, but they still pick up a couple. That'll probably do it here for the first quarter. 7 seconds left. They won't get a playoff. The score is 14-0. Bettendorf leading as the end of the first quarter from Eldridge on Cox Communication 38.
Calling all kids, Nickelodeon's Mega Mesamania Live Tour presented by Fruit Roll-Ups is coming to your town. It's a whole new slime game. Win a private behind-the-scenes tour and meet your favorite Mega Mesamaniac.
Register to win at Quad City Phone Service in Davenport.
One show Friday, October 27th at 7:30 at the Mark of the Quad Cities in Moline. Tickets at the box office, Ticketmaster, or charged at 319-326-1111.
$3 off with 2 proofs of purchase from Fruit Roll-Ups.
Come out and play!
Diane DeBoard would love to help you plan your next party. She specializes in ethnic hors d'oeuvres and a large variety of unique cuisine. From the simplest to the most elegant affairs, call Diane DeBoard Catering.
Calling all kids, Nickelodeon's Mega Mesamania Live Tour presented by Fruit Roll-Ups is coming to your town. It's a whole new slime game. Win a private behind-the-scenes tour and meet your favorite Mega Mesamaniac.
Register to win at Skateland in East Moline.
One show Friday, October 27th at 7:30 at the Mark of the Quad Cities in Moline. Tickets at the box office, Ticketmaster, or charged at 319-326-1111.
$3 off with 2 proofs of purchase from Fruit Roll-Ups.
Come out and play!
Set to start the second quarter. 2nd and 4 from the 11. Bettendorf has it and a 2-touchdown lead. Smith will option right side, taking himself, stay on his feet, and get near the 5. Kind of had that ball out there a little scary.
Yeah, he
moment.
did. Got a good hit there from number 79 from North Scott, Ross Farrow, 300-pound senior, Dan.
They got some big
No
guys
wonder
up
he got
front.
a good hit. Yeah, they're big.
Connor and Farrell, you're talking about 6 plus there. Ryan Doxey tells us that they had 144 yards at the first quarter already. Still trying to explain to his father about that, that fair catch rule. 1st and 7 from the 7, 1st and goal. Smith on the right hash, he'll spin and give it right to Numkina for about a yard.
Number 33, Meg Numkina, down to the 5. A gain of 2.
A 2-yard gain will bring up 2nd and goal from the 5.
And number 81.
Bettendorf leads 14-0. The opening drive, 5 plays with McFedries. As I said, 140 yards already. McFedries is blasting off with Numkina. Numkina pick up 5 or 7. McFedries about 15. And the second drive was pretty much the same. Wide receiver left, 2 are right. There's McFedries looking for the end zone again. He's near it. And it's going to be spotted right on the goal line.
Looked like there was a big hole there, and I think there was initially. North Scott, pretty good job of filling it in late.
3rd and goal from the 1. You got Jason Smith at quarterback. He can sneak it across. You got the big fullback, Numkina. Or you just go to the money man, McFedries, behind a Numkina block, and we'll see what their choice is. On 3rd and goal from the 1. Bettendorf already up by 2 scores, 14-0. Smith, tight set. It's McFedries, and he's up and over and in. Pretty easy. Good job. Yep. Talk about you try to watch for the surge of the defensive line, see if they can submarine everybody. And it was the exact opposite. It was kind of the Bettendorf guys pushing down on Ross Scott.
He looked like a 110-yard hurdler with 1 hurdle there. Just kind of up and over. And
he got in pretty easy.
Yep.
20-0.
Offensive line of Bettendorf doing a great job.
Sherrill will kick. He's 2 for 2 on the PATs. And it looks like 3 for 3. I always have to watch the refs. Never sure with that angle. It is 21-0. Bettendorf leading North Scott, and still 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Not a way to celebrate homecoming. Now watch the cheerleaders side. Get a shot of this.
Holy cow.
These are girl cheerleaders. This isn't like college when I was sitting. They're doing real push-ups. There's no knees on the ground. I think they're doing fingertip push-ups.
I think I'll have them do a demonstration for my phys ed class.
That's impressive. Not only is the North Scott football team impressive, their cheerleaders are, look at 21 push-ups. Aaron, half this press box can't do 21 push-ups.
Well, they could combine. After all, there's 30 of us in here.
Thanks, Jess, our cameraman, getting a shot at it. Look at them, too. And I mean, you ain't got, they're cute-looking girls, too. It's not like we got any beef is up there.
Truly.
Gotta get, that's a shocker. 21-0.
Remember, folks, phone calls to the wild man.
21-0. I get them every day. Cy Robinson doing the game along with me on Cox Communications 38. Bettendorf leading 21-0. Their offensive line has looked like they've been doing about 21
They are
push-ups
impressive.
right over the Lancer defense.
All right, I'm watching Sage.
All right, keep an eye on him. Number 6, I believe.
Yep.
2 over from nearest to the camera from the kick. Uloa deep at his own 10, bringing it up. He's at the 20, a little bit of a lane, but met immediately.
Oh, I see how they do that now.
They have somebody go break the wedge.
McFedries comes down, blows into the wedge, and
Sage comes
across and makes the hit.
I had a feeling that happens too. That happens a lot. The real hero is the McFedries.
Yeah, he did a nice job on the front wall of the Lancers there.
I'll tell you, the worst job is on the kickoff return, being the guy who picks up the wedge buster. You talk about headaches. Chris Miller concussions on that one. Green options left side. We finally see it. You predicted we were going to see that a little bit. First time tonight.
Yep, Colvin, the linebacker, sniffed it right out. And
Around the left side, where he's met by number 7.
well, it looked like they got a few yards out of that, though.
North Scott going into a pretty harsh wind now. Correct? Is it? Make sure which. No, I think. Which way is the wind going?
Oh, I think it's going from our left to right, is it not?
So the flags
looks like the flags are blowing the other way, though.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. There it's blowing around. Neither team really passing. That's what I'm trying to get a handle on. They give the Straley, that's the most successful play off the left tackle so far. Narrow first down, bring up third and a couple.
He runs hard.
I said Straley leads the MAC conference in carries. They really pound him.
He's a hard-nosed young man and obviously very durable.
He's averaging near almost 20 carries a game, and Ulloa rather gets about 10.
Right.
And they really pounding at you. But I was wondering about the flags because I feel it like it's blowing the way you said, left to right.
It's blowing in our
like
window
it's
here.
Behind North Scott.
Right.
The flags look like they're going the other way.
Figure it out, I guess.
They go Straley that same side, and once again,
he's not going to get it.
A key now is Bettendorf is making them go outside.
That's a second, 3rd and 2 they've had that they didn't convert. And that's going to wear, not only is it wear on you physically, it wears on you mentally now at this point when you're down 21.
They even lose a yard.
Yeah, lost a yard.
Calling it 4th and 3. Tell you, we talked about Straley making a ton of yardage right off tackle. Merv Hobnick took McFedries, ran out there for the punt return, but she could probably hear the coaches in the background up here. So they're going for it.
Coach Schrader gambling here.
4th and 3, and they're going to think about it. Timmy Green takes a timeout.
Hey, you wonder if they'll try to draw him offside here, or that could be. I can't see them punting this early, this far in their own territory, but they've got to get something going though.
What'd you think? They wouldn't take the timeout. They would have tried to draw offsides first and then take the timeout.
Yeah, I think there was some confusion on the field there, obviously.
Because now you'd have to take 2 timeouts to get them back out. So we'll see.
Yeah.
The situation is not looking good for North Scott. On their homecoming with 7:42 to go in the first half. It is a 21-0 lead for the Bettendorf Bulldogs. It's 4th and 3. 4th down and 3 yards is the situation from their own 33 for North Scott.
The best news right now is it's quit raining. Probably a good chance to set the Bettendorf defense. We haven't done that yet. Nate Wetzel at the nose guard, Todd Zambrano and Adam Fay at the tackles, Alex Shorg and Jason Sage at the defensive end, and Chris Wenzel and Rob Colvin at LBs. The corners are Bloom and Colvin, and the strong safety is Craig Cook. And if they haven't made any changes, number 88, Chris Kinsler, a junior free safety.
And he's back there playing free safety center field. The option left side, Green will pitch to Straley, and once again, now North Scott hasn't had any success going to the outside.
Right.
They're even taking the off tackle play, pushing it outside. North Scott comes back, options the short side of the field. Got to kind of wonder what they were going on that play.
Well, they saw something they thought they could do over there and took a chance and it didn't work. And I think when you're this far behind, you got to try to do something to fire your team up, and that's what they did.
I would have fake punted.
Might have.
1st and 10. Bettendorf taking over with a 21-0 lead. Bettendorf's defense doing a good job of shutting down a bobbled snap, but Smith will still grab it and get back to the line of scrimmage anyway.
That's the best defense right now is a bobbled snap. And they were setting up. They had the the lead option coming at us over here.
Number 51.
I'll say it's exactly back at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 then. Ball is on the 31-yard line of North Scott's side of the ball. 6:55 to go in the second quarter. 2 receiver side right, out of the eye. McFedries and Numkina behind Smith. They'll give to Numkina the fullback, and he'll bust through and drag a whole pile near the first down. I think he got it.
Just looked like a straight dive that time over on the right side, kind of off guard. And the O-line just rooting them out of there again.
Down to about the 21.
Bettendorf running their receivers in. DeTrent, a former defensive player, rotating in with Marshall Frazier.
Right. Frazier's in now.
Frazier
That's slot
comes
back, I think.
Frazier comes with Franks, wide left, Twins. Chesney is wide right by himself. McFedry's out of the eye with Numkina. They give to Numkina again. On 3rd and a yard, he got it.
Just a straight dive for the real short yardage and picked it up fairly easily.
So move the chains again. 1st and 10 from the 17 for Bettendorf. I've seen Bettendorf twice with an impressive win on a Sunday afternoon against Assumption and looking very impressive here against North Scott. And I'm wondering what happened in the Pleasant Valley West games.
Yeah, it's
West with the #1 defense in the conference all right now.
right.
So. Beating Pleasant Valley last night. Smith drops back, shoots it for the end zone. Chesney on the dive. Great sellout by Chesney, just overthrown slightly.
Yep. Nice effort there by Chesney to catch that football. As you can see, he's just flattened himself out for it and just slightly overthrown.
That's a nice little play action. Just take one step back and let it fly. Good timing route.
Good call there, yeah. Good call there. I probably put a little extra on it into the wind. A little tougher to judge, I'm sure.
So 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 17. On the far side. Near the North Scott home stands. 2 receiver side is left. Same setup. Chesney's right. They'll pitch to McFedry's. Great kick-out block by Numkina. McFedry's battling up there for about 6 more.
Yep. You called it, Dan. Numkina. Just great block out there. Lineman blowing them out from you. Consequently, you got a great hole off tackle.
Look, you've given it to Numkina 3 out of the last 4 plays on a dive. This time I look for him to pull and maybe run that Smith to McFedry's option to the far side, the left side, the near side, I should say, on your camera screen.
Either that or they're due to run the isolation again.
All right, we'll see. 2 receiver side is left. Chesney far right. Smith will take the count. The snap, and here comes the option left side. McFedry's has it, and he's got a lane. Gets within the 5-yard line, down to about the 3.
Been successful all night for him, still is.
As I said, you know, as they're setting it up, you can kind of sense that. Numkina. Let's pull and check the outside for a moment. Great job of blocking by the wideouts, DeTrent and Franks. You know, they haven't thrown their way yet, but they're getting their job done out there.
Yes, they are.
1st and goal, Bettendorf.
Frazier and Franks go wide right. Out of the eye, Smith. Numkina will get it and walk in. Oh, I don't know. I thought he was going to walk in.
Oh, the ball.
He went down and the ball got over, but the knee hit apparently.
Yeah, they're going to make him earn this one a little bit.
It looked like he was going to walk in.
It did,
and all of a sudden he lost his footing. I should wait on my call there, I guess, apparently. 2nd and goal from the 1.
2nd and goal for the Bulldogs from the 1.
Smith, once again, your quarterback. Numkina, the big fullback. We'll see what they do. McFedry's has already scored a ton. They give it back to Numkina, say, get in there. He does. And it's 27-0 Bettendorf.
Yeah, they, excuse me, Dan, they kind of tell you what they're going to do there. Their linemen are all just foot-to-foot or toe-to-toe splits, and they just kind of root you out and get that yard. And it tells you
some talented linemen, because in the Assumption game with their big front with Oxendine and DeAndre Harris, you know, they went the wide splits and widen those guys out, out, and then they come back here and a little more size, and they go tight split, so it tells you they can
bring them in right.
They can get it done both ways. Shara, 3 for 3 in the PATs. They'll try a 4th one. Good snap, good hold, and good kick. 4 for 4. 28-0. The Bettendorf Bulldogs coming on strong in the MAC.
I'd like to get Shara and the kicker from Pleasant Valley, and I forget his name right now, but I'd like to get them in a kickoff.
I'm counting 7.
Oh, yeah.
8. They got to do 28 push-ups now. 9, 10, and we're talking. This is approaching over 50 now for the game. This is unbelievable. The Bettendorf cheerleaders. I don't know what's more. I'm more impressed by the Bettendorf offensive line so far, or the Bettendorf cheerleaders. Well, it's a face-off.
They're both fairly strong, as it turns.
That is unbelievable. You are watching Cox Communications, Channel 38. Cy Robinson bringing you the call. Send all letters and postcards. Carol Cox Communications decide. I think they did more push-ups than a couple of your old North teams used to.
I don't know. Maybe that was our problem. I don't know.
28-0, and we still got 3:50 to go in the first half at Eldridge. Not a great homecoming for the Lancers. Kicking off, Sherigold deep, nails it. Uloa fielded around the 5-yard line. A wall. Oh, he bobbles it. The wall had a delay, and there's all kinds of Bulldogs in his face. He breaks it a little bit to the left outside. Nice job of getting up near the 20.
Yeah, he got more back out of that than I thought he should have, but it's a good job running there.
Out to the 20.
You get that late little bobble down deep like that, and then sometimes that gives you that
breaks
extra.
it down.
Yeah, yep. Breaks down the coverage a little bit.
3:46 to go. And North Scott, Coach Schrader and company need to get something going. Green would be attempting to throw with the wind, apparently. Still trying to figure that one out. 215 yards rushing. And 16 carries for McFedries. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Getting some stats here. Look at Green. Turn it up.
Changes.
Beat one more guy. Nearing the midfield. Great job. Actually up around the 40. Check that. And we saw Green do that.
We've seen Green do that in the previous 2 games. He's a good option quarterback.
What we're getting is first downs. Bettendorf has 11. North Scott has 1 now. And the rushing yards was 215 to 16 before that big run by Greendale. Gets it out past the 40. Excuse me, I said midfield. It's at the 41. But a big gain nonetheless. About a 20-yard pickup there. 2 receivers to the right side here for North Scott. They're going to option, and it's going to be Green turning it up again. Oh, nice spin move. He's going to be near a first down.
All right.
We said he's only about 150 on that 6'3" frame, but as you pointed out, size slippery.
Yeah, he's nifty. That's what I like about him. He's nifty.
And he takes some licks in the Assumption game. We saw him get whacked, and he kept getting back up.
That he did.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Randall Cunningham looks pretty skinny too, but he makes moves, so the sveltness is not a problem. 2 receivers right. This time they give the straight lay off the left tackle, and they are not working that left side. The right defensive side of Bettendorf's been shutting that down.
Yep, they have. I don't know if they got it. I don't think they made the first there.
On 2nd and 1, he'll be close. See where the spot is. I think they're going to get it
have
to
a measure job here.
They're going to give it to him.
Okay.
It's homecoming.
You bet.
1st and 10. Across the midfield. Spotted on the 49-yard line of Bettendorf. There's the North Scott huddle. Timmy Green, number 8, your quarterback. You'll see him break out of it. The Lancers 4-2. Their opponent, the Bulldogs, 4-2. But it's 28-0 Bettendorf. Green's going to option right side again. That's been their bread and butter. This time it's a nice defensive play.
Yeah, good play there by Rob Colvin again.
Yep.
These linebackers, there's some good linebackers on the field tonight.
No gain, 2nd and 10, but that was okay. Keep going back to Green until you shut it down.
Sure.
I'll tell you what, too, he's really not turning outside the end. He's really turning up before he gets to the tackle. It's almost like the Bettendorf defensive tackle is stretching out, and he's turning that up right off tackle. Green. Looking to pass, open man, and he nails Numkina on the sidelines.
Good snag over there.
Numkina's 33 there from Bettendorf. Look at, he's happy. He says Smith never throws to me.
Right. May be the first ball he's caught this year.
So 3rd and 10. Once again, across midfield. 49-yard line, just inside the 50, as you can see there. Once again, we're waiting to play Tim Green and the North Scott Lancer offense. They trail 28-0 with 1:51 to go in the first half. Split backs, 2 receivers left. Green will look that way. Look, over the middle, hits Welter, I believe.
They're going to get a holding call.
That hurts.
Probably.
He was short of a first down. Excuse me, Dave Caney. I had number 2. It was 22. Caney on the reception.
Right.
Holding on North Scott, as you said, Si.
Yep. Setting the offensive line for North Scott, Dan. Number 50 at center, Mike DeCap. He's been there all year, done a nice job for him. 6-foot senior. At right guard, number 63.
Big penalty.
10-yard penalty against the Lancers.
3rd and 20. That one hurts. Ouch.
Yeah, it does. 63, lost my program here. It's Mark Melcher. He's a replacement from the previous games.
North Scott bringing in the plays from the sidelines. 84, Dan Huggins bringing in that one. He'll come wide right. Caney is left. Lone setback. Uloa looked like they were going to set up a screen. No, rolling out. Green overthrows his man and almost picked by the Bulldogs. John Bloom, number 8, who got the start tonight back there, almost got it.
Number 84, Dan Huggins.
Yeah, pass was to Huggins, and it was kind of clotheslined him out a little bit, and he came down a little early from it, but I don't think he had a chance to catch the ball there.
I thought they were going to set up a screen. Uloa was kind of behind the lineman, but what he did is he actually did a good job of picking up filtration. He nailed it. He did a great cut block and gave Green more time, but they did not get it. Hamann into punting from inside his own 30. Back deep, Numkina and McFedries for Bettendorf. It's deep, a great kick. Nearing out of bounds. That'll probably go out of bounds somewhere around the 15. A decent kick.
Good kick.
With a minute 17 to go. Bettendorf will come back out at 28-0 lead. And Smith, I believe, will be throwing into the win. Still trying to figure it out.
I don't know. Those flags look like they're blowing
away from us.
Now one of them's blowing at us and 2 are blowing away. What are we going to do now?
1st and 10 from their own 16 out of the shotgun. Smith dropping back and rolling out. Breaks down coverage. He's on the outside and in the open field. And McFedries kind of got lost out there.
Fine job. You don't see that formation from Bettendorf very often, a shotgun. And
a timeout for Merv Hovanek's Bulldogs. Hoping for one more score, it would make it. Or maybe a field goal, too, as well. Would make it 31-0, rather. A score would make it 35.
Sheriff's got a good leg, but they got a ways to go before they get in kicking range.
So a breakdown. He got outside the right defensive side of North Scott. Actually, the way the first couple of drives went, you could hand it off to McFedries a few times and you get it within field goal range. McFedries with 158 yards unofficially in the first half. And Numkina with a nice little outing. He's got 9 carries for 40 yards as well. So Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside, a little Doc Blanchard, Glenn Davis for you old guys like you, Si.
Oh, yeah. Familiar names.
Back under center, no shotgun. Now lone setback, Numkina. We got 2 receivers to both sides. They're going to give the Numkina. He runs over Smith first and gets a couple more.
I'll tell you.
There's Nate saying, get out of my way, Jason.
You get Fay and Burke coming across the line on a counter. You got a couple of loads coming across there.
Back of the shotgun on 2nd down. Smith looking left, launching it to the middle of the field. Wide open to McFedries. He's in the open field. Got a blocker there. Nice move getting to the outside, working down in front of the North Scott sideline. Still on his feet. Breaks a 3rd tackle, blown by a 2nd guy, knocked out of bounds. Eventually, a great run by McFedries.
Nice looking play down, but we got a flag back here on about the, I don't know what yard that is. Doesn't make any difference. There's a flag on the play. We'll see what that is.
Could have been, was it Austin Chesney coming back?
McFedries is down.
What a great run. I mean, it's funny because as soon as a guy like him catches it open in the middle of the field like that, there's 4 guys around him, but they're all within 5 yards.
Right.
And that gives him enough time to make a move.
Yeah, and if he picks up one block, that springs him away.
The bad news for Bettendorf is McFedries is down along the sidelines. You see him there.
They're going to bring that play back, too.
The penalty was against the Bulldogs, so nullifies that big gain. And
McFedries is fine. He's coming back. The wind knocked out.
As we said, working on that would have given him over 200 yards total offense, perhaps.
Yeah, McFedries is going to have to come out for 1.
That's the rule. Marshall Frazier should check back in. He usually goes to the tailback. We talked about it earlier. Actually, they've been going 2 receivers here a little bit too, and a shotgun. So we may see just Numkina in the lone setback.
Right. Mixing it up well.
2nd and 11. 32 seconds gone. Smith back, as I said, 2 receivers both sides. Smith out of shotgun, looking downfield, a little heat. He'll roll out and launch it. Opens Marshall Frazier, and a nice grab.
Nice catch.
A beautiful grab right there. You can see it in front of the Bettendorf bench. That was a heck of a grab.
It really was. That was an excellent play by Smith. He's rolling to his left. He's right-handed. He's got to throw the ball back against the grain a little bit. And just a nice throw and a super catch.
19 seconds left. The ball is exactly near midfield, right in front of the 50 there. One thing about Smith, we've seen him on the soccer field, we've seen him on the basketball court, his composure, that really helps him stand out.
Showed it there.
From the left hash to the near side, 1st and 10, right inside the 50. Smith, not a lot of pressure over the middle. He's got an open man. It's to Trent. He actually had, I'll tell you what, old McFedries kind of gets lost out there.
He does.
He's trying to block. They were both open in the middle.
They really were.
Scott playing real deep.
North Scott's got a 4-man rush on now, and rushing against the 5 big people, interior linemen of Bettendorf. They're just not getting a very good pass rush with a 4-man rush here.
Another timeout, and it'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line. 11 seconds, and North Scott trailing. Bettendorf 28-0. Bulldogs could make it worse here.
Coach Hobenick into the shotgun this year in a double slot and a whole bit. That's a little bit of diversification for him. Haven't seen that from him too many times.
A little bit.
All right, a whole bunch.
Smith talking with the coach there in the huddle. You see the Bulldogs leading there. 28-0. Big 72 is Ganatovich, I believe. You tell 6'3", 265. He's a biggin. They'd say Keith Jackson would say.
Nice call, Keith.
1st and 10 from the 33. 2 receivers to each side. McFedries on the left there. Smith takes the snap.
All day.
Open. He hits McFedries coming left to right. He breaks the first tackle there. He's wrestled down. 4 seconds on the clock. A quick whistle. Another timeout with 3 seconds left. Ball near the 20.
Down to the 20.
This will be interesting. I don't think that into that win. That's a long way, I think.
There comes Shara. He's going to give it a shot.
He'd have to kick it about 37 yards. So
I'll tell you, for a high school team, Bettendorf looked very impressive there. Smith out of the shotgun.
Yes, they did.
Picking up people in the middle, taking advantage of the prevent, so to speak, prevent defense.
Randy Scott coming into the huddle now at Bettendorf. We'll see what, I believe he's their offensive line coach.
Maybe their special teams coach, too, he might have.
Right.
And North Scott over in front of their own bench. A little moral victory here if they can keep them not out of the end zone, but rather off the scoreboard, I should say. And go in at the half down 28-0. And once again, not a great way to spend the homecoming here in Eldridge. But as you said, Si, the rain has.
That's right.
Stopped.
Truly a positive.
Another timeout. This
Another timeout by, Try to ice him a little bit.
Once again, I want to remind everybody, Bettendorf and North Scott both came in with 4-2 records, tied with Burlington for 2nd place, a 3-way jam behind Assumption. And Assumption and Burlington will be playing the following day on a Saturday. Of course, you'll be viewing this game on Monday on Cox Communications 38. So a very big game. Pleasant Valley lost on Thursday night, so they dropped back.
Mm-hmm.
They were in. Would that make it tied for 4th or tied for 5th? Trying to figure it out.
It's confusing.
But just a game back,
right.
Anyway, at 3-3, but they lost, dropping to 3-4.
West the team now that's coming on the past three games.
And then Central.
Very impressive last night against Pleasant Valley.
Central's still kind of in the hunt as well at 3-3 as they play this evening as well. So Shara trying the kick, 27-yarder. The pole?
Nope.
Good, 37-yarder.
I don't think he got a good hold, Dan. It looked like the holder bobbled it just a little bit and didn't get it quite on the tee.
But Bettendorf will take that lead. They go in at halftime up 28-0 on Cox Communications, Channel 38.
Adam Hamley. That play mark.
Calling all kids, Nickelodeon's Mega Messamania live tour presented by Fruit Roll-Ups is coming to your town. It's a whole new slime game.
We're choosing teams, and everyone gets to play.
Help me control the slime.
It's Nickelodeon's biggest tour ever!
$3 off with 2 proofs of purchase from Fruit Roll-Ups.
One show Friday, October 27th at 7:30 at the Mark of the Quad Cities in Moline. Tickets at the box office, Ticketmaster, or charge at 319-326-1111.
Come out and play!
DARE is a simple acronym for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. It's a drug prevention program that not only focuses on the negative aspects of drugs, but also on the positive side of life.
DARE helps teach young people how to resist peer pressure to take drugs and to resist the pressure to join gangs.
Community schools with their local police department offer the 17-week DARE program.
Dare to make a difference.
DARE is an acronym for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. It is a drug prevention program that not only focuses on the negative aspects of drugs, but the positive side of life.
DARE teaches young people how to resist peer pressure to take drugs and to resist the pressure to join gangs.
Community schools with their local police or sheriff's department offer a 17-week DARE program to teach kids to say no to drugs and gangs. DARE to make a difference.
Calling all kids, Nickelodeon's Mega Messamania live tour presented by Fruit Roll-Ups is coming to your town. It's a whole new slime game. Win a private behind-the-scenes tour and meet your favorite Mega Messamaniac.
Register to win at any Quad Cities Wendy's locations.
One show Friday, October 27th at 7:30 at the Mark of the Quad Cities in Moline. Tickets at the box office, Ticketmaster, or charge at 319-326-1111.
$3 off with 2 proofs of purchase from Fruit Roll-Ups.
Come out and play!
Back at second half action, set to start the second half from Lancer Stadium in Eldridge, Iowa. The North Scott Lancers in the red, the home team on their homecoming, trailing that team in white, the Bettendorf Bulldogs, 28-0 on Cox Communications Channel 38. You see North Scott will receive to open the third quarter. Dan Birch along with Cy Robinson, and it was definitely all Bettendorf Bulldogs in the first half.
It really was, Dan. I think this half, North Scott's going to have to come out, and rather than try to establish a running game, they're going to have to run a little bit, of course, but I think they're going to have to put the ball up because they're having trouble with Bettendorf's big front 5 people.
See some of the stars there doing jumping jacks in the front, leading it, facing us, number 10 and number 34. Jason Smith, the quarterback, having another decent game, and 34, McFedries, having a whale of a game in the first half. Ended up with, unofficially, 158 yards in the first half and a couple of scores on that 28-0 lead.
Yeah, the statistics for the first half are really lopsided. So,
at one point, before we saw the first down for North Scott, which was a quarterback keep by Mr. Green, it was 11 first downs to nothing.
Right.
So 28-0 is the score as we get set to start the third quarter, second half action. Once again, it is the North Scott Lancers homecoming. They trail 28-0 and will receive the opening kickoffs. Shara teeing it up there. The front of your screen, number 11. He was 4 for 4 on PAT attempts, but missed a field goal attempt from about 37 yards out right before the end of the first half. That would have given them a 31-0 lead.
They will be kicking with the win, I think.
We're still trying to figure that one out.
Scott Shara with the kicking off for the Bulldogs.
So Shara, number 11, set, goes back to the huddle, gets the Bulldogs ready. Both clubs came in 4 and 2, and the Bulldogs definitely looking to move into second place. Burlington also had a 4 and 2 mark, plays Assumption tomorrow with a 5 and 1 mark in the MAC. Uloa, as always, will be deep back in his own goal line.
Excuse me, Dan, you get the feeling we're going to see a first-round Bettendorf Assumption playoff game
rematch. You've seen it before. Uloa feels it inside his own 10, brings it out near the 20, a little bit of a lane on his feet, and knocked down. Gets out near the 30, though.
Tell you what, John Bloom for Bettendorf made kind of a saving tackle there.
He's made a couple of nice plays tonight.
Past the 25 to the 27.
Ball is spotted on the 27. 1st and 10. Lancers taking over. Green, your quarterback, number 8. Looking to a little help from the sidelines. There you see him.
Sneckloff, number 55. We identified some people for the Lancers a while ago. DeCap at center and Stender, I believe. Sneckloff, number 55, Jake Sneckloff, and number 67, Jake Sherwood. Is he in now or not?
There come the Lancers. Option on the left side. Green is muscled down.
Yep.
They just pushed it back.
Yep. Good pursuit by Bettendorf.
It's again the Lancers optioning the short side of the field. And you really got to win that war up front because that's a quick turn and pitch.
75, Andy Gruenhagen.
We got a
player down.
Bettendorf player down.
2 on the play.
He's going to roll around.
Down and 8 for the Lancers from their own 30.
We'll take a break here on Cox Communications Channel 38 and be back with the Bettendorf North Scott game. Rob Colvin, the linebacker, went out. And coming in for him
is Nate Numkina, number 33. I think Colvin's going to be okay. He's in on the bench there.
There's a flag. Green on a play action under pursuit. A nice sack. And that was number 40.
Yeah, good play. Good play by number 43, Ryan Swangstu. From I think from a defensive end position.
There was a little movement there by the Lancers.
Probably declined this. There was a loss on the play.
Sure, with the sack, I think you just go with that. We'll see what they do. Looks like they will. There you see a legal procedure, decline.
The Bulldogs will decline the penalty.
They'll bring up 3rd, and it looks like about 12.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 13 for the Lancers from their own 26.
Ball is spotted on the 26-yard line. North Scott working out of their own territory. Once again, they trail by 4 scores, 28-zip. Just underway in the 3rd quarter. Green will come up, split backfields are Straley Uloa. He splits him on a straight drop. Open man, finds him, and fighting his way, still on his feet, but naturally met up.
Good play for a pretty good little gainer there.
TJ Griffin, the receiver. Pretty decent game. We'll bring up 4th and about 4. And this time they're going to kick it away.
Okay, Rob Colvin's back in now, Dan, so he's okay, and that's good news for Bettendorf.
Hammond will drop back to punt, seated on his own 20. McFedry's deep. Numkina the up back for Bettendorf on the return. Another nice kick by Hammond. McFedry's fields it at his own 40. Runs into his own man, so to speak, before a few Lancers arrive and wrestle him down at the 45.
Good coverage on a punt there. A nice high kick, and they were all over him. Also, though, good field position, though, Dan, again.
Sure, near the midfield. They'll spot it on the 46, where Bettendorf takes over 1st and 10. And once again, the Bulldogs up 28-0.
The initial stop for the Lancers.
Here come that big Bulldog offensive line. You see the 2 receivers left side. Out of the eye, McFedry, Smith under center. Gets a snap, he'll go back and give it to McFedry's on a little counter. And nicely. For once, the North Scott Lancers defense winning in a big-time battle up front.
Good play.
Guys in there.
By Big John Connor.
Good play by John Connor, the nose guard. 330, sniffed that out and sifted it out and spit some people out and made the play. That was a counter tray coming, and very nice job by John Connor there.
They lose 2, bringing up 2nd and 12. Taking it back past the 45, now on the 44-yard line. And that's one of the first down plays where the North Scott defensive front 4 won the battle. They're dropping back in a 3-linebacker set. Smith, the play fake, zips it in there to Detrent.
Nice
he made
catch.
a great grab and got the first down. And nice little zip on the ball by Smith.
It was. The throw was low and outside, and It was snagged up by Sam DeTrent. Great catch.
The best thing about that is hard to pick off a pass like that, and a quick play action and spin and wing it in there. 1st and 10. Crossing the midfield, the ball on the 43-yard line of North Scott. 2 receivers to the right side this time. Marshall Frazier, the inside man. Smith takes it, gives to Noomkina. He runs right through a huge hole on the right side, still on his feet, picking up about 7 or 8 more.
Yep, just a halfback dive or fullback dive is all it was.
Number 33, Nate Noomkina.
We'll give him an 8-yard gain. Call it 9, 2nd and 1. Noomkina, as we said, not having quite the night Mr. McFedry's in, but putting in a good, solid workman-like fullback.
Got some great blocks in tonight, though.
From the 34.
From a coaching standpoint, he's having a great
night, right? We're talking statistical now, fantasy football. There's that counter. They go the other way with the left side. McFedry's will try to turn a corner on side by Hammond, and he's aiming for the end zone. 1 man to beat. He is down.
I'll tell you what, Connor, the big nose guard from North Scott, sniffed that out again and made some trouble in the backfield, but McFedry's with his speed was able just to ball it to the outside, and away he went.
They'll spot that ball on the 11-yard line.
A gain of 23 on the play.
23-yard pickup for McFedry's as he just turned it on the juice. Turned on the burners around that left side. Blew by Hammond and company, and then was knocked out about the 11. 2 receivers to the right side, ball on the left hash. They'll spin, give the Noomkini straight up the middle, and nothing doing that time. Connor and the boys were there.
Right, good D again by the interior line there.
So North Scott, looking for positives here, trailing by 4 scores, is getting better play up front.
Right, I'm trying to spot the numbers of the front people other than Connor.
Okay, it's a 1-yard gain for Noomkina. 2nd and 9. Ball on the 10. See it spotted on the far hash. Smith, number 10, your quarterback on your screen. Noomkina behind him in the fullback. McFedry's is the tail. They'll roll right. 2 blockers out in front of him. Smith looking to the end zone. Had an open man, and it's a good grab.
Yep.
And that's DeTrent, I believe, again on a diving
stop. Yeah, it was DeTrent, a great catch, and Pat Franks was open at the other pylon down there, and he could have thrown it to either one.
Tell you what,
looked like both of them were wide open down there.
I tell you, if I'm the baseball coach at Bettendorf and I need a second baseman who's going to dive and scrap, I'll call DeTrent.
He might be the man.
2 diving catches on that drive, the touchdown, a 34-0 Bettendorf lead. Shara looking to go 5 of 5 on the PATs, and there's a flag. The ref threw a flag and then singled good.
And then
I don't know how we call that.
That's going to be a rough on the kicker, probably. Yeah.
But anyway, Shara's 5 of 5, and it's a 35-0 Bettendorf lead.
Yeah, and that'll probably come on the kickoff, that penalty, and he may kick it out of the stadium with this wind. Yep, that's what it is.
Roughing the kicker. So they'll spot it forward. And like you said, Cy, he can give it a boot now. And he already gives it a decent boot to begin with. We've seen Uloa field it around with a 5 consistently.
Right.
Even when he was kicking into the one.
Well, he can go back out of the end zone for this one, I think.
Well, he puts it on the 40, but he gets a couple more.
That's going to be kicked from a 15-yard penalty, I believe.
Yeah. That's what I said. He didn't even realize. He thought it was a 5.
Right. The real killer instinct here would onside this ball.
Well, we'll see. 7:07 to go. In the 3rd quarter, and it's a 35-0 Bettendorf lead, 35-0. You'd like to see North Scott get something going. Once again, this is their homecoming here at Eldridge.
We've seen them have trouble converting the 3rds and the 1s and the 3rds and the 2s tonight, and that's I think that's cost them quite a bit, if nothing else mentally.
Shara kicking off from the 45 of North Scott, already across midfield.
The bus drivers are alert down there. This is going to go out of the stadium.
Shara kicking it up, and it's a field goal. Oh, did he get it?
Almost 15 yards out of the end zone, Dan.
So he missed the field goal before the half.
Yeah, but he made it good there.
1st and 10, North Scott will take it over, of course, on the 20. They trail by 5 scores now, 35-0. Eric Green, your quarterback. We may see him go to the air now as they try to get back in it. Still with their same set. They run Straley. He'll go outside the end. And that's been a key. You know, Uloa blocks the end, but he's hooking him. He's not kicking him out. And it's been a kickout block all year.
Right. The corner comes right up, and that was Dusty Colvin, the cornerback, come right up and into the tackle.
I guess you're going to have to credit the Bettendorf defense and saying they're telling that defensive end to crash down, make him hook you, and we'll try to go outside. And we know Straley's a banger running back. He's not a speedster, turn the corner type of guy, so you put him outside and negate him a little bit. It's a kind of interesting defensive scheme from Merv Hobenick and the Bettendorf.
Well, they know when the
Green on a straight drop, overthrows a man. So
the corner, you know, if the corner reads the tight end blocking, the play comes. There's no receiver out there for him to take, so he can come right up and make the play.
Brings up 3rd and 9 from their own 21.
Bring up 3rd down and 9.
And once again, as you said, Si, they've had trouble on the 3rd and 2s. We'll see how they do on the 3rd and long.
Them due to convert.
Randy Schrader's Lancers came in 4 and 2. Rattled off 3 early wins, looked very impressive early on. Green alone setback, they draw to Uloa, nothing doing. Staying home, I think, was Fay.
Yeah, that was Adam Fay, number 70. Oops, no, it wasn't either, was it? But 76 or 79?
Zambrano, my apologies. I had the wrong guy.
Okay. Just kind of sniffed it out and made the play. Yep.
That was a good play by the defensive lineman.
Yeah, those two guys are a couple bookends there. They're big people that can move well.
6 minutes, a little less than 6 going now. Hammond will punt. He's done a good job for North Scott. McFedries is deep.
Number 34, Andrew McFedries.
Hammond back, about his own 10. Gets it up high, another nice pick. McFedries dropping back. It'll bounce over his head, straight up, and it'll get away from it. I'll tell you what, Hammond's done a nice job of punting, really gets it up in the air.
That was a beautiful punt in, yep.
A lot of guys try to boom it. He actually, more of a finesse punter if you want. Well, does a good job of getting it high.
And there's a play where McFedries is probably going to catch a little dickens from the coaches for not feeling that pump, because sometimes that can catch you an extra 15 yards down if it takes a good hop.
So 1st and 10. Bulldogs have it back.
I guess it's hard to choose somebody that's got about 175 yards though for the night.
But once again, he gets those because of the big guys up front. Nothing against McFedries, but it's a combination.
Right.
Smith on 1st and 10. Fake to Numkina. Pull pitch to McFedries on the left side. Cuts up inside the defensive end. Cutting across the field.
He's gone.
So he's having trouble on the punts, but he's not having any trouble finding the end zone.
There's
that should put him up
I
over
think they're going to call
yards.
a clip back here, and I'll tell you what.
On 22. If they call it on that one.
I saw that call, and
Chesney?
I can't see the replay, but I don't think that was a very good call, Dan. I'll tell you what.
There you see McFedries walking back. Holding, he said, according to the PA announcer. We'll see if that's correct.
Look, they were just trying to get out of the way, really, and I thought they were anyway. Oh,
that
well.
Would have put Mr. McFedries over the 200-yard
It's still going to be a first down for a big gain here, but that was a very pretty play. Now, there was a dive option that time, so they run two kinds of options tonight.
Right.
All right.
We talked about the load blocking, the lead option, where the fullback Numkina just goes out there in front of him. At that time,
right.
Kind of the triple option effect there. Numkina's your fullback, McFedries your tail, Smith your quarterback, 2 receiver side right from the right hash. He'll spin, give to Numkina, and once again that North Scott defensive line doing a better job here in the 3rd quarter.
Right,
that's winning the war up front.
Good tackle by number 89 from North Scott. Checking out his program, Adam Hamley, 175-pound junior.
We saw him play well earlier this year out here.
He's played well for North Scott. I'll tell you another thing I'm glad to see is the Krukow, the defensive end back for North Scott tonight. He's probably a little bit rusty.
Working the other side.
Yep.
57
good ball
on the right defensive side, top of your screen. 89, Hamley down here. 2 receivers left. You see him. Smith will roll back. That counter tray with McFedries. He's hit, but he spins, still on his feet. And And coming up is Varcho to make sure he doesn't go anywhere else.
The Bettendorf coaches are going to love this on film because we had a counter tray coming this way and the right guard pulled the opposite direction, and those two guards almost killed each other. And I was a former old guard, and if you don't do that once a year, you're nothing.
Once a year. And you know what? Those are the best hits you see,
Oh, they're great.
Two guards pulling hard for 2 steps. Best collisions I've ever seen.
And they really clock one another.
3rd and 6, rather, from the 33. Smith, 2 receivers are left again. There he goes, the option. McFedries turns it up a huge hole again. He's got the first down and near around the 20. I'll tell you what, you just see that lane open up there.
Right. And Numkina was probably 12 yards downfield before he even threw the block on I believe the free safety coming across, and he hit himself in the head because he missed the block, and that's the first one he's missed tonight.
Ball spotted on the 22, 1st and 10. Marshall Frazier running into plays, talks to Smith, he'll get it set. North Scott on defense, already in position. Having trouble stopping this big Bettendorf Bulldog attack. 3:21 to go in the 3rd. Smith counting, spin, give the Numkina right up the middle. Couple more, still on his feet. Past the 15.
And that made up for the block he just missed because they just gained about 7, 8 yards, I think, on the dive.
2nd down and 2. Smith will come out, and they go to the other quarterback, Pat Franks. Or excuse me. I said Franks, let's get DeTrent in. We've seen him play defense, wide out, now quarterback.
Okay, that's right.
DeTrent is in. He'll give the McFedries, but there's a flag. The cadence, as usual, comes in and throws you off a little bit.
And it does. That's a classic quarterback change with a classic mistake. It's really not a mistake. It's just a cadence difference.
We've seen DeTrent play defensive back early in the year. Bloom got the start over DeTrent today. We saw DeTrent in the wideout position running in with Franks and Frazier plays, and now he's in at quarterback, so obviously a pretty good athletic kid.
Right. They're changing, playing a lot of people tonight. Merv Hovanek, Bettendorf head coach.
We talked to Merv earlier in the day, and this is what he said about the game. Thank you, Merv. That's about how talkative he is. Nice guy. You got that one, Si, but you can't get 4 words out of that guy. Maybe on the golf course.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
They work the right side. DeTrent pulls, pisses to McFedries. There's a huge hole again on the right side. Closed down quickly, though.
Yep, lead option again.
Number 34. Andy McFedries.
Close to it. What, they got about a yard to go for the first down there.
It'll be 3rd and 3. Actually, about 3rd and a yard.
Looks like about a yard, yeah.
Scoreboard says 3, but it looks more like 1.
Number 27, Eric Barco.
They're inside the 15.
31, Brent Collins making the stop for North Scott.
Another nice drive by Bettendorf, and I'm getting redundant on that statement. 35-0. 2 receiver side is right. DeTrent, we'll see if he throws maybe. They just give to Numkina. He's going to get the first down near around the 10.
Just a halfback dive or fullback dive. I think they're concerned now just eating some clock off, controlling the football. That's typical Bettendorf football, and they do it well.
McFedries will come out, and Marshall Frazier will probably take over at the tailback. Also running it is Jason Barber, a flanker. We'll see if he takes over from McFedries. Here comes the measure. I assumed he had it.
I thought he had it too.
Never assume, they say, Si. It's 4th and about an inch. 4th in a football, anyway.
Well, let's see if they're in their tight line splits here or they're split them out.
And the rain comes back with 1:35 to go in the 3rd.
From the Lancers 13.
4th and 1. Maybe we'll see
foot to foot split.
DeTrent tight, very
looking for
tight.
Numkina.
Yeah, there goes.
I don't think he made it,
man. By North Scott.
Connor stuffed it.
I think he did. They're losing the war, but they may have won a little battle there.
Yeah,
they did. Good job by the Lancers. Down 35 zip there.
They did.
And as I said in the 3rd quarter, they have done a better job winning the war up front there. It's McFedries actually on the outside that's killed them this one. They've done a better job of shutting down Numkina.
Leading that Lancer charge.
Here comes the Lancers, and as I said, here comes the rain a little bit. You'll see it just a tad blown over.
I doubt if they get too concerned about not making that first down, although down deep as a coaching staff, you want to do that, but there's 35-0 and you got 12 minutes to go.
And you're already rotated in a
and you're kind of in a who cares mode. And
Green takes it, works the right side, pulls up. He's done a good job so far. Still drugging, still pumping his legs.
Good job by Green.
He's been their most potent offensive weapon here tonight from the ground. We've seen in a couple of games early on, it was just Straley right, Straley left, low, and the quick trap. But it seems like when they get in trouble, Green's the guy. Everybody concentrates on shutting down Straley, and Green does a good job of answering the call. He needs a little help out there.
Pretty poised young man at quarterback for the North Scott Green.
Here's going to be the mark. It didn't look like he got that many yardage, but he was near the first down.
It'll be about a half a ball short, looks like.
Yep. I thought, he just kept pumping his legs and dragging people and got near it. And we talked about Green, 6'3". I'll see what they list him. Jokingly, I said 150. They list him 173. But a little bit stronger than you look.
At about the 24.
We have a wide receiver left from the right hash. First and a couple. They're going to option again. Green will keep it. Still on his feet, down in front of his own bench, making more people miss, getting the first down. So Tim Green, the answer offensively for North Scott tonight.
A nice block by Uloa.
Well, if Bettendorf hangs on to win here as we click down in the third quarter, 42 seconds left, if they would go on to win, they would jump up to 5-2. And Assumption at 5-1, Burlington at 4-2 tomorrow night. That makes that even a bigger game.
Yeah, I would think there'd be a few coaches around the league looking, hoping for the Assumption loss tomorrow to tighten things up.
Straight ahead on first down. Eloa, the fullback.
Out near the 35.
I think at least 3/4 of all the players on the field were in on that tackle right there.
34.
Both red and white shirts.
Perhaps 2 on the play.
2nd and 8, 10 seconds left. That'll probably do it here in the third quarter. North Scott will probably just let it run out and take over to start the fourth. With 4 seconds, it clicks down. That's what's going to happen. We'll be back with fourth quarter action on Cox Communications, Channel 38.
Calling all kids, Nickelodeon's Mega Messamania Live Tour presented by Fruit Roll-Ups is coming to your town. It's a whole new slime game. Win a private behind-the-scenes tour and meet your favorite Mega Messamaniac.
Register to win at Quad City Phone Service in Davenport.
One show Friday, October 27th at 7:30 at the Mark of the Quad Cities in Moline. Tickets at the box office, Ticketmaster, or charged at 319-326-1111.
$3 off with 2 proofs of purchase from Fruit Roll-Ups.
Come out and play!
Diane DeBoard would love to help you plan your next party. She specializes in ethnic hors d'oeuvres and a large variety of unique cuisine. From the simplest to the most elegant affairs, call Diane DeBoard Catering.
Calling all kids, Nickelodeon's Mega Messamania Live Tour presented by Fruit Roll-Ups is coming to your town. It's a whole new slime game. Win a private behind-the-scenes tour and meet your favorite Mega Messamaniac.
Register to win at Skateland in East Moline.
One show Friday, October 27th at 7:30 at the Mark of the Quad Cities in Moline. Tickets at the box office, Ticketmaster, or charged at 319-326-1111.
$3 off with 2 proofs of purchase from Fruit Roll-Ups.
Come out and play!
Set to start the fourth quarter at Lancers Stadium in Eldridge. The North Scott Lancers have the ball at 2nd and 8 from their own 34. They trail 35-0. Green options the right side, turns it up, and gets blasted.
Number 44, Chris Wenzel,
the big
Bettendorf
linebacker.
left LB, and he put a real hit on Green there.
You talk about the weight differential. We're talking about 80 pounds.
Right.
Wenzel and the kid O'Neill from Assumption, both going about 235 with big hit hard linebackers.
Green, we already mentioned the fact we thought Green was a tough kid tonight, and he's back up, and he wants to stay in, but I think they're going to make him go out.
And he will go out. Helped off, but he wanted to stay in. Coming in is number 16, Paul Witkowski. Saw him early in the season as well.
Bettendorf got some new clean shirts up in the front lineup now.
7 from their own 35.
Well, we may see Witkowski throw here on his first play, 3rd and 7. They're running into play. TJ running it in. Excuse me, Dan Huggins, rather. TJ Griffin, 82. That was Huggins, 84, running into play. My apologies. Witkowski under center. Split backs. Pull it on the fake. Rolling left. Throwing it back, or trying to throw back against his body. He's just going to put it on the ground and run and take a pretty good lick himself.
Just came up a couple yards shy of the first down, though, and a pretty good job running it by Witkowski.
A gain of 4.
So he picks up 4 yards, brings up 4th and 2.
Colvin making the stop for the Bulldogs.
And they're probably going to have to go for it.
4th down and 3
They are.
for North Scott. From their own 39.
Here comes the play, Witkowski. Let him roll out again. Come the other way.
Yeah.
Give him that option to
Yeah,
pass.
give him the pass throw option, and
that's when you're basically, you weren't getting it done on which has been the bread and butter playoff tackle so far. And Green's had success. Obviously, Witkowski got 4 there.
Right.
And they take
That's
too much
be
time
a delay.
to kill her.
Yep, it's going to be a delay.
So now we get 4th and 7.
Delay of game against the Lancers.
And now the punt team comes in. Mr. Hammond, who's been the MVP for North Scott tonight, done a great job of punting.
Yes, and he'll punt this ball a bunch because he's downwind, I think.
Once again,
we think.
Number 20,
punting back about his own 23 is Hammond. McFedries is deep.
It's going to be another penalty.
Oh, too many men on the field for Bettendorf. Look at that punt. Nails another one. McFedries over his shoulder inside his own 20. Gets a good lead block by Nukina. Tried to turn the corner. Good job of fending it off for North Scott.
Returns that punt 13 yards.
Dan, number 30 for Bettendorf. Don't have him in the program, but he was late getting off the field, so they're going to have too many men on the field here.
I think it was Mike Stroder, 86, who did a great job of taking on Nukina and staying home and keeping McFedries from turning the corner.
That's probably going to be a 5-yard penalty.
The penalty is against the Bulldogs. Illegal participation.
I didn't think they called that illegal participation because he wasn't involved in the action, but
12 men on the field, basically.
Yeah.
4. So they're all leaving the field.
Yeah, they're all going home over.
I think the Bettendorf team was kind of following them, not knowing what was going on.
Right.
North Scott went to silence. So what they're going to take it off from that play, and it sets up the original down. It was 4th and 2, 4th and 3, I think. So we end up with the original situation after North Scott took too much time.
I bet they get this play off.
It was funny. The North Scott team ran to the bench to get the play, and the Bettendorf team followed them. And never realized what they were doing.
Yep.
So here we go. North Scott trying to get a little life. They trail 35-0. 10:05 to go in the ball game. They're homecoming on a 4th and 3. Hoping to get a first down here and keep a drive alive, looking to get on the board. Green back in at quarterback. A quick snap. It was the sloppy play. And once again, nothing doing on 4th and short for North Scott. Shut down for the 4th time.
Yeah, North Scott not together on their snap count there. The center and the quarterback were, but nobody else. The other 9 people were still in their stances. Well.
The Bulldog defense has held, and Bettendorf will take over 1st and 10.
The Bulldogs defense holding again. 1st and 10 from the 30. Timeout by DeTrent. They were missing a player. The guy taking DeTrent's position, perhaps in a flanker.
Jason Barber a little late coming in.
But you can tell DeTrent, that's his old position. He looked out to where he usually lines up. Nobody was out there. So timeout. You see the Bettendorf huddle. They're a happy bunch. Up 35-0. So Bulldogs peaking at the right time as they eye up the playoffs. This win would move them to 5 and 2.
Another fine season coming up for
And I'll tell you what,
Bettendorf.
Granted, you'll be watching this game on Monday. We do it here on the Friday night. You'll know the outcome of Burlington Assumption. For right now, you mentioned people rooting for Burlington. That would give it a 3-way tie.
Yep, that throws it up again.
North Scott would drop back to 4-3. And you look at a 5-2 Burlington Bettendorf Assumption 3-way tie. The pitch, Marshall Frazier. A couple blocks out in front of him coming up. Gets a couple.
Number 4.
Pretty good defense by North Scott there on the sweep play. Looked like
84 was out there.
Yeah,
making a nice
84.
Adam Hamley making the stop for North Scott.
2nd and 7. They give him a 3-yard gain.
7 for the Bulldogs.
Adam Hamley who made the tackle on that last play. I finally found it.
It is 2nd and 7 from the 37. From the far side, Detrent under quarterback. He'll take another timeout, so he doesn't have any trouble burning timeout.
No. And it's Barber again.
They're having trouble, and I'll tell you, they got somebody else running in there too. Number 3, Brian. You try that one.
I'll take it. Uh-oh. Videra? Silent K, Videra?
Okay,
all right.
go with it. He runs in there for 29. I think they're getting a little upset, Jason Barber. They took
Could have been an English major, you know.
Bettendorf, though, as we said, up 35-0, 9 minutes to go. Having no problem here in Eldridge. They break the huddle. The Bulldogs come up.
2nd down and 7.
Marshall Frazier, your tailback now, replacing McFedries. And Detrent taking in that quarterback. Pitches it to McFedries, trying to spring it out. Beat everybody to the chains, gets back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Marshall Frazier inside the left side this time.
The new fullback in as well is Joel Saldivar. For North Scott, or excuse me, for Bettendorf, I should say.
Bettendorf trying to take advantage of the speed there of Frazier a little bit, and North Scott doing a good job of stringing it out. So consequently, a 1-yard gain, I think.
She said earlier a lot of clean jerseys, meaning, of course, a lot of new jerseys in for Bettendorf. Working some people in. They go wide receivers to the right and left on the left hash. Rolling out Detrent. We're going to see his first pass. And kind of got his own blockers pushed back into him there and lost his footing.
Yeah, they got their feet tangled up, and he was on his way down. He
like
threw
a
that.
Notre Dame goal line play there for a moment. Lost his footing, went down.
That'll bring up 4th down.
So 4th down.
For the Bulldogs.
And Bettendorf looks like they're going to punt it away.
From the Lancer, 38.
This is where you get in trouble. We talked about this before, Si. Late in the game when you start making the substitutions, then guys kind of forget they're still on the punt team.
Yeah, right. They forget their specialty teams they're on. And I think they finally got a quorum out there. Yeah, this is number 80.
This is a soccer goalie. Now, you got his name earlier.
We got his name. His name is Jared Krug. Jared Krug, number 80, the punter.
We're going to let him punt it away. Being a soccer goalie, he gets the foot of the lot, and he gets a pretty decent kick.
I want to thank Ron Ager, the head sophomore coach, for telling us that.
And he puts it within inside the 10. It'll be spotted around the 8, so a good kick by Krug. So 1st and 10. Here come the North Scott Lancers with 8:46 to go.
At about the 10.
So everybody literally getting in now.
Where North Scott will over 1st and 10.
Yeah, slowly bringing out their first teamers. Pete Jardine just came out, and now Jimmy Smith, a reserve tackle, is out.
Green
number
still
78.
Quarterback. Excuse me, Si.
Excuse me. Jardine is in. I'm sorry.
Green will pull, thrown out of his own end zone, overthrows a man, tipped up, no INT, however. Threw it a little high. I should say overthrow, but just a little high.
Strung it out just a little bit. Receivers don't like to be strung out like that. That's when they get that shot in the back when they're jumping up for the ball.
Good kidney punch, so to speak.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 10, just inside the 10. Green working out of his own end zone can be dangerous there. Still some original people in there on the defensive side.
Defensive back crew looks...
they look new. They look fresh.
Shar over here corner, and number 41, Joe Holmes, at the other corner.
Green on the quick snap. We'll give to Uloa on the left side. Still getting shut down, a couple.
Number 36, Joe Uloa. Across for 10.
So Uloa and Straley came in with a good combination running game, but neither of them picking up that much yardage tonight. Green's done most of the offensive work for North Scott, and that was probably by design. Robinick and the coaching staff of Bettendorf, I'm sure, said, hey, let's shut, because that's the running game that gets going. If you got Green, and they know you're going to beat up the quarterback, Green, if he's carrying a lot. And that's not a shot at his size or anything. It's just that's something you'd rather be taking shots at him running. Green drops back, heat from the backside, almost there. Threw it up and picked off. Immediately tackled. I'll tell you, he had pressure coming from the backside. Dan Schmidt, 35, in hot pursuit. And picked off by Rob Colvin.
Was it? I couldn't see who made the pick, but Rob Colvin.
Well, he's the guy getting all the high fives on the sideline there, so.
I'm sure both these linebackers will be, Coach Hobnick won't like me saying this, but I'm sure they'll both be all-conference candidates at linebacker, because they're good linebackers.
1st and 10 from the 19. Looking to go up by another score, already up 5 touchdowns, 35-0. Fumble snap to try to get on it. I think
they got it
recovered.
back.
A fumble in the Bettendorf backfield.
That's just the second time tonight we've seen Bettendorf in the pro formation. They've been splitting out in a wide slot, and they've been in a double slot with a shotgun.
We saw the shotgun for a while. You've seen 3 receivers with the twins to left or right side. They've rotated a little bit, which I'm sure the tight end isn't real happy about.
No, I'm sure you're right.
Quarterbacks and receivers like the shotgun and the 3 receivers, but then you always got a tight end who's kind of upset when they go to that.
That's right.
Chris
Zodak is the split end over on this side.
DeTrent, your quarterback. He'll spin, give it to Marshall Frazier. Right tackle, fighting for a couple. On 2nd and 10, probably picked up a 2 or 3 yard gain there.
Number 4, Marshall Frazier.
Good tackle by Todd Hammond over there on the far side at the cornerback.
Hammond's made some nice plays, done defense. Of course, he's done a stellar job punting.
Number 20, Todd Hammond.
And looks like he's
a little shaken up, perhaps.
A little shaken up. He got up on his own. Looks like his shoulder or something, maybe.
Stinger.
Yeah.
The way he's bent over and
the way he's protecting his shoulder a little bit.
Which is just kind of like when you get a good pinched nerve, so to speak. From the right hash, the far side. 3rd and 11. They actually lost a yard there. Dropping back to Trent, looking downfield. Picked, or almost picked, I should say, by Eric Green in there. And you should hope a quarterback can make, excuse me.
Tim Green.
You can make a read on that. We call him Eric Green.
That's all right.
Where am I getting that from? But anyway, as you can hope that the quarterback can make a good read there.
Right. That's a good defensive play.
From just inside the Manchester 20.
So 4th and 11.
Number 84 for Bettendorf in the game, Tyler Kulig, 6-foot senior.
DeTrent up to the line of scrimmage on 4th and 11 from his own 20. Bettendorf leading 35-0. They took too much time. We've seen that happen a couple times for each club. 6:07 to go here. They'll bring up 4th and 16. We should see Bettendorf go for it again. Everybody getting people in. Bettendorf with a lot more people to get in.
Right.
Now, did they make the travel team? They bring everybody on this long trip out to Eldridge?
I think they do, yeah. I think they do.
No MAC rule on a certain number?
You load up a couple yellow box cars and
4th
away they go.
16. A little jump. Nope, no call. Some heat from the backside to Trent rolling out. And it's just going to be an incomplete pass. A lot of pressure there coming from the backside.
Again, rolling to his left and trying to throw with about 2 red shirts breathing on him. Tough to do.
With 6:01 to go in the ball game, it is North Scott with the ball, 1st and 10, taking over from their own 25. They trail 35-0 here on their homecoming at Lancer Stadium. They break out of the huddle. Witkowski back in at quarterback for Green. He'll spin and give it to Uloa. No, I see Poles, I'm sorry. Hits an open man. Huggins out there for a pickup.
Nice play by
Dan Huggins.
Nice throw by Witkowski, and good play. Good looking play.
From what we've seen before, too, Witkowski maybe perhaps a better thrower of the two. But Green,
I'm curious, excuse me, Dan, I'm curious to know how many first downs North Scott has had to this point.
3.
Just 3 first downs.
If memory serves me correctly. I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Here's the first big break up the middle. We've seen Uloa get through. And earlier in the season, he was getting that all the time. As we said, North Scott came sprinting out to the 3-0 start, cracked the top 10 in the state, but since then, they've been in some ball games.
Good run there.
1st and 10 Lancers.
Again, Bettendorf has a lot of, not taking anything away from Uloa because he ran hard there, but Bettendorf has a lot of clean white shirts out there, reserves.
1st and 10 at midfield. Witkowski looking to pass again. Man open in the flat. It's Huggins again. Picks up 6 yards. Brings up 2nd and 4. Keeping the ball in bounds, though, is a Bettendorf defense. So the clock clicks down.
Penalty flag on the play.
Where do we get a flag at?
No, we had a little to do in the backfield.
Preliminary indication is holding.
We let that go, Si.
I think the quarterback.
Why would you even call that?
I know one thing, offensive linemen never hold.
No, just every play. So instead of a 2nd and 4th, you're going to look at a 1st and 20. Mark it back, 1st and 20. Back at their own 40.
10-yard penalty against the Lancers.
I mean, 35-0 lead for Bettendorf. Here we got 5 minutes left in the game, basically 4:59. I keep the hanky in on that one. You know, you don't want to see a face mask or a late hit.
I gotta agree with you.
All right, thank you, Si. I got him. So the calls and letters can now go to Si as well.
Could be the first time this year.
You've agreed with me. There's Uloa again, getting a couple more.
Little inside trap. Do a little trap work now and get to see if their lineman sharpened up a bit.
Picks up 6, 2nd and 14.
Out to the 46, a gain of 6 on the play.
See Witkowski go to the air. Huggins has been his target so far, 84, and that's Huggins wide left there in front of the North Scott bench, breaking out of the huddle early. Caney in the wing back. They'll give it to Caney on the reverse from that wing back position. He'll work the left side, get back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yep, 2nd man across on the crossbuck play.
Brought down by number 73, Jimmy Smith. A gain of 4.
So 3rd and 10.
That'll bring up 3rd down.
Ball at midfield.
From midfield.
Number 77 in the game for Bettendorf at D tackle, Chris Green. I don't believe we've seen him yet this evening.
North Scott taking their time here. Not by design. 3rd and 10. They don't want to get loose 5 here. Quick snap. Witkowski drops back, looking, pump fakes, under a little pressure. He'll roll around like Tarkenton and lose his footing.
Yep.
We'll have 4th and 20.
Excellent coverage by the corner over there.
Back at the 40-yard line.
If I catch his number here, that.
Number 90, Josh.
Yeah, excellent coverage by Scott Scher over there at the corner position, and Witkowski just had to pull the ball down and run with it and lost his footing.
North Scott will go for it on 4th and 20. 3:08 to go in the ball game from their own 40. Maybe they had to go for it. Hammond, you remember their punter was shaking up earlier, so. They trail 35-0. As we said, it looks like Bettendorf improves to 5-2, sitting in 2nd place alone right now. Witkowski looking downfield, airs it out way over Huggins and everybody else's head.
Yep.
So Bettendorf will take over, run out the clock here with 2:47 to go. Bettendorf goes to 5-2 sitting below Assumption at 5-1 percentage points, if you want to break it down like baseball. And Burlington, of course, 4-2. Those two meet tomorrow night, and by the time you view this game, you'll know how it all stands. Cox
The big picture, as they call it. Huh?
Cox Communications, Channel 38, bringing you the MAC, the Western Big Six, and a few Augustana and St. Ambrose College games as well.
You all please insert the one back in before I leave. Thank you.
Cy Robinson.
Request granted.
Oh, there's a big win by the North Scott defense late in the game. The biggest loss of the game, Marshall Frazier dropped for about a 10-yard loss there. It depends where they spot it. They'll spot it as about a 6-yard loss anyway.
Yeah, Mike Dugan sniffed that out and they made a good play over there.
So 2nd and 16 from the 46. We're at 2:20. And Bettendorf, a big win. They take a step closer to playoff potential. And North Scott's still in it, though, of course, with a few games remaining. There's see DeTrent still in at quarterback. Takes the snap. Everybody got off slow. I take that back. That's not DeTrent in at quarterback as he throws up a weak one. Under pressure, it's Bryant Tecamato.
The team went on 1 and the center went on 2. So consequently.
Under 2 minutes to go, 2-minute warning, a 35-0 Bettendorf lead. Running the clock out on 2nd and be 2nd and 21 now, I think. As they mark it off some more.
Okay, at quarterback, Dan, number 12, take it. Brian Tecamato, okay.
That's what we tried to get.
Yeah, we struggled with that one of the other games, I think.
The Assumption game we got in late in the game as well.
Yeah.
You think we'd get these straight one of these times. A minute 55 to go. 2nd and 21, as I said. And it crosses midfield the other way, so they're back at their own 49 now. Tecamato under center. They'll drop back, play action fake, give it to Frazier. And Frazier looking to break to the outside. Nice hang-on tackle.
Yeah, nice play by Jake Sneckloth coming across and would not let go.
Minute 28 to go now. Should see a couple more plays here. Bettendorf in no hurry, obviously, with the 35-0 lead. Of course, a few of the backups. Marshall Frazier in a hurry. He wants to get a few more carries.
Right.
One more chance to break it anyway. And Tecamato and the backup guys want to get in as many snaps as you can. A minute 05, counting down. Frazier, the tailback, they'll probably just spin and hand it to him. No, they're going to let Tecamato throw, looking downfield. Thrown over the middle, could have been picked off, but knocked down. Good defensive play.
Nice tight spiral there, but he threw it in the crowd, didn't he?
And it'll bring up 4th down with 54 seconds to go. So North Scott may get it back and be able to shoot for the end zone anyway.
Yeah, we got a lot of new red shirts out there. Try to identify a few of those. Number 58 defensive end on this side is Adam Ganser. Number 46, one of the LBs, Jason Curtis.
Fourth and 19, excuse me, 4th and 19. The pitch to Frazier behind him. Tecamato wisely tried to go after it. North Scott hops on it, and like I said, North Scott gets it back, but closer to the end zone than they'd expect.
Yeah, it's going to be first down anyway, so.
Yeah, so at the 40. 40 yards from their first score of the night, 48 seconds remaining. Witkowski at quarterback. Here come the Lancers. Looking to at least get in the end zone once on homecoming.
Yep, just to give them a little pick them up.
35-0, Bettendorf up. Clock clicking down, we're at 40. Lancers breaking out of the huddle, wide receiver to the left side. Flanker right, split backfields, quick snap. They just give the, I was gonna say Uloa out of force habit.
Yeah, that's number 23, Matt Griffin, I believe.
Out of force habit, that first back, as we've seen so many times this year, is always Uloa. And they're running in a few other linemen as well. Big 77 running in for the Lancers.
Yeah, basically we got a little bit of a reserve game here, last few seconds of the game.
10 seconds, we'll see if the Lancers get off one more play. We're at 7, we'll see if they can get up there. I don't know, it'll be close. 3 seconds, Witkowski taking his time. That's the last play. And they just give a fullback dive. That'll do it. The Bettendorf Bulldogs win this one 35-0. They improved to 5-2. The North Scott Lancers, a disappointing homecoming, but still having a decent season at 4-3.
And we kind of got to wait till tomorrow to see what happens in the Burlington game, because there's not much more you can say about the conference right now. If Burlington beats Assumption tomorrow, we got a big time scramble in the conference. If Assumption wins, they're the clear-cut conference winner favorite, I would say, at this point, since they've already played Bettendorf.
And if that would be the situation, it's Assumption and Bettendorf atop the standings. Nothing new there.
Right.
35-0 was the final here in Eldridge. We want to thank the Lancer Sports Department for letting us out here, and very hospitable as always, but an unfortunate loss on homecoming, 35-0. The Bettendorf Bulldogs win it. For Cy Robinson, Jess, our cameraman, and myself, Dan Burch, thanks for tuning in to Cox Communications Channel 38.